Go for it.
Hi, and welcome to Movie Unboxing with Marty and Bola. We are a writer and director and an actress, and each week we dive into a film, unboxing how it was made and what makes it tick, talking about a movie from a filmmaker's perspective.
Yeah, so my name is Bola. I'm also an actor and screenwriter and a filmmaker, and Marty is an actress. And for some reason, I think you're going to start doing more than just being an actress. I don't know. I just have a feeling that
Me?
you. Yeah,
Yeah, you called it. I
I
actually
called it.
just
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Okay.
writing something right now and I'm really excited about it.
Oh, we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it.
It's
I hope
gonna be
I hope there's a role for me, right?
huh?
Is there a role for me?
There's gonna be a role for you.
All right,
Yes,
cool, cool, cool.
absolutely. There's gonna be
All
a role
right.
because it's gonna be comedy, and
Oh,
I'm so excited about it. But yes,
comedy is hard to
we are
write.
gonna talk about that more whenever there is more to say. But
Okay.
it's gonna be
Okay.
very cool.
All right.
Yeah, so
So
no, we are not experts. We are just very passionate about movie making, the whole concept, and we watch movies for education purposes too, as well as just entertainment. And we're trying to learn from it. How can we entertain better uh going from here? So yes, we just want to kind of take the movie apart from our way of thinking, I guess, is like. And
yeah,
yeah, I picked the movie today.
the Fall
We're going to
Guy.
be talking about The Fall Guy.
Yeah,
It stars Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt. It
It's
also starred Hannah Waddingham. She's the lady from oh my God, what's that stuff on Apple TV?
what show?
The soccer show on Apple TV.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know sports, remember? I don't know
No,
any sport.
it's a soccer show. It's not like soccer. It's not like a real soccer game. It's like a soccer show. It's
I
like a
don't.
series.
Should we
Um,
have like IMDb open while we're talking about this?
yeah.
We should
Probably we
know
should
these
do that.
things.
Yeah, we should do that. We should do that. I can't remember. I can't believe. Oh, come on, man. That's crazy. And I
Well, I know that Aaron Taylor Johnson is in it. Aaron Taylor Johnson is Kick-Ass, for example. Um,
what is it? Ted Lasso. The name of the show is Ted Lasso. She's in Ted Lasso, and
okay.
she yeah. And if you remember the episode of Game of Thrones, with the woman that was saying, Shane, Shane,
Yeah.
Shane. That's her.
Yeah.
So Hannah,
What?
yeah,
Oh, wow.
she's the
Okay.
one with the bell that was ringing
Nice. I did
When
not
Cersei was
catch
walking
that.
down the street naked and she's saying Shane, Shane. Yeah, she's the one. And
Okay.
also it stars Winston Duke. He's from Black
Yes,
Panther.
Winston Duke.
He's the stunt coordinator in this movie. It's directed by David Leitch.
David Leitch. And this is okay. So we made this huge mistake last time that we did not talk about the director. Today
Yeah.
I did research on the director and immediately realized why this is one of my favorite movies now. Dude has directed
He's
all of the most amazing things.
yeah, he directed the I think the first I don't know, I think he directed just the first John Wick film, the first one.
Yeah, he's
I don't
the
know if he did the all
co-creator
three.
of John Wick.
Oh, he's a creative John. So did he do all three? Did he direct all three?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
I think some of them he was like the executive producer, but yes.
Okay.
And then I mean Deadpool 2. He directed
Deadpool 2,
Deadpool 2,
Atomic Blonde.
Atomic Blonde, Bullet Train. Have you seen Bullet Train?
No, I don't think so. I don't think.
Okay, you need to watch it. It's just insane, but it will make
Okay.
sense to you when you see it that it's the same
Okay.
person
Okay.
that did Deadpool and Fall Guy and John Wick. Like,
And here's another thing I found out about him. Apart from the fact that he's a filmmaker, he's also a stunt man and a stunt
yes.
coordinator. So it makes
Yes.
sense why he
It
made
does.
this
The
film.
story makes sense. The movie makes sense. He was apparently a stunt double for Brad Pitt at some point
Really?
and for Matt Damon, amongst other things.
Wow.
So, yes, very
So this
interesting
movie,
guy. Very
so
interesting guy.
this movie kind of parallels his career from both perspectives. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because all right, so the movie is called The Fall Guy, and if you can see right there, I have a little, see him. Where are my hands going? This is yeah.
You
You can
got it.
see him falling right there. So it's the Fall Guy. The Fall Guy is essentially just the stunt man. Saying the guy who on a movie set, like mostly action films, and he just takes all he instead of the star
He takes
actor,
all the hits.
he takes all the hits. He's the one that gets injured. If he's taking all the risk,
Hmm.
jumping, flying through glass, getting hit by the car, instead of the main actor doing that because of the insurance, that's involved
Right.
with it. So that's essentially what this movie is about. It's about the fall guy, the stunt guy. And it really is taking you inside. There are two aspects to this movie to me. First things first, it
Hmm.
takes you behind the scenes of how movies are made, in terms of action
Yes.
films and from the point of view of the stunt guy. And it's such a lot of moving parts just to get a
Yeah.
stunt made. What I'm
Hmm.
saying? Especially in this
Right.
film.
It does really do that. And that's what I love about it. So why I really wanted to talk to you and do this with this movie is because this movie almost does what we're doing. It addresses how to make a movie, how much there is to it, how hard it is, how and like I mean, they went over the top with all the action, but they also kind of made it very, very apparent how much work it is and how many people work on just one flipped car. I thought
Exactly.
that was
So
so cool that they
that
are
was what
very,
that was
very like,
yeah, that's what caught my attention because I was like, okay, they're gonna flip this car. There's so much preparation that's gone into it. There's so many people involved. I mean, you've got like 3 or 4 helicopters with like how many cameras? You got like another car in front with a camera. Then you got the
mm,
director and another car behind. She's watching it from another point of view. And then you got the stunt guy in the car, in the main car that's got to flip. And then you've got like the explosions on the side. They've all got to go at a certain time. They've all got to go at
perfect timing. Yeah.
precise and everything like that. And it's
Yeah.
like, wow, there's just so much work going to just
So
flipping
many
one,
parts.
yeah, just to
And then
flip one
imagine
car.
this going wrong.
Then you
The
got to start
entire
over
car
again.
is already broken. You got to do the whole thing all over. You're buying
I
another
so
car.
when you say like the car's messed up, how many cars do they have to flip for that
Yeah,
scene
well,
if it
remember
goes wrong?
one of the beginning scenes, well, not beginning, kind of towards the middle.
Yeah,
Whenever so we'll get into the story, but he gets a car and they get him two cars immediately. They say, "I know how you stunt guys drive." Like there's two
yeah.
identical cars for you.
It's really impressive, and for us, obviously, we're not on that level yet in terms of our filmmaking.
Right.
E- Even in our own little small indie film village, it's still a lot of moving parts. There's still a lot to go on. The sound's got to be right, the camera
Mhm.
guy's got to be right, the makeup has got to be right, your costumes got to be right. The
The
and
costume, like that is one of the things that I think like the biggest parallel that we in our indie era can draw is the parallel to like outfits. When you, for example, say you get punched in the nose, you bleed on your shirt. The second you want to do a second take of that scene, you need a new shirt. You need to clean your face. You need to redo your makeup. Like
yeah,
it's no joke. And I
and
mean,
we've got
there's
it, and
no
the
such
blood has
thing as
got
a
to
one take wonder. Like
yeah,
there's
and the
got to
blood
be a
has got to
backup take.
be on the new shirt. Like, everything's just it's yeah, it's really. And then when you look at it from Hollywood's perspective, it's like a freaking army of people behind the scenes. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And I think this movie really highlights how there's just a lot of moving parts behind it.
Can you
The
imagine?
second part that this film resonated with me with is that they made the stuntman. This is the first time that I've ever seen the stuntman being the hero of a film. They
Mhm.
actually made him a superhero in the sense like his superpowers was the fact that he can take a punch.
Yes. Yes,
And
absolutely.
I
Exactly.
was realizing like, okay, that he can take, he's trying to stop the car and he puts on his little mouth guard, and then he takes the hit from the
And
car.
he just takes
And I'm
the
just
car head
exactly,
on.
and he's just like, yeah, that's my superpower and stuff like that. So I'm just like,
But yeah.
yeah, I,
So I
I,
love I love that it gets you talking about this invisible person that is such a key person to any movie that nobody ever talks about. And you know who did that before? There's only one person who did it before. It was Tarantino. He
mm,
made one of his stunt women, who was a stunt woman for Uma Thurman in Kill Bill.
mm-hmm,
He made her the star in Death Proof.
mm.
And in that movie, he made it about the stunt women that are tying themselves to the top of the car and like racing the car and all that stuff. Like that was their like getting their
Mhm.
like buzz or whatever. And which is
But
why they went
also,
with the stuntman Mike,
yeah,
the
yeah.
main stuntman. But it gets you talking about these people that are basically don't really get the credit.
Well, it's funny that you said that because I also think the stuntman is actually a representation. The stuntman is being used as a representation for this film. And that's another thing I took out of it for everyone else who works behind the scenes, regardless of
Mm-hmm.
whether you're part of
Mm-hmm.
the stunt crew or not. Whatever your job is, whether you're the gaffer, you're the makeup artist, you're the camera person, because nobody sees you.
Yeah.
We working on the movie see you, but the audience will never see you. They probably will
No,
never know your
exactly.
name.
Like what we're saying when we're talking about watching these movies differently, you and I, we
Mhm.
think about these people, we
Exactly.
consider how they did this, but every other person that's just watching a movie, they think about the Oscar going to Emily Blunt or whatever. You know
Yeah,
what I
exactly.
mean?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they'll see something that happens on set. They'll be like, wow. They might say like, oh, I wonder how they made that happen. But then that's it. They're on to the next scene. But you and I will
Mm-hmm.
probably, and anybody else who are filmmakers will probably think like, man, I wonder how they did that. And then we start talking about it, like, well, did they do this? Did they do that? Now we're thinking like, can we try that try it on set when we're doing our own films, and we'll be
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, we probably don't have the budget for that, or we don't have the time
Right.
for that, or we don't have the
The budget.
insurance for that. We probably can't do that. But we think like, well, there way we can do it with computer graphics or something like that. And there's just so much into it. And I think this movie did justice for people using the stuntman as the avatar for everyone else behind the
Mhm.
scenes. There's so many people. And when you
Yeah.
look at the credits, you see that it's a lot of
Yeah.
people that's involved,
Nobody,
especially a
yeah.
big budget film. It's a lot of people. I mean, think of a movie like Titanic.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever tried to look at the credits? It's a lot of people. Or think of like maybe a show like Game of Thrones, and you look in the credits, and you know that they're filming. You know, the one episode is like maybe an hour long or so, 45 an hour long, but it's told from different perspectives, and they're filming in like five different locations almost at the same time. So you have
Yeah.
five different crews. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one in Iceland, one in Spain, one in South
Yes. That's
Africa, one in Morocco, and all of that is all going to be edited into one episode. And it's you
yeah.
never know who these people are. You only know the actors and what you
and
see
that
on
and that
screen.
also that like kind of brings you up to this whole thought of like there's people that choose to be an extra on a bigger show. They might be somewhere way in the back out of focus in the crowd or not at all, but they've
Mhm.
spent the entire day or multiple days on the set just being quiet and patiently waiting, and they're not mentioned, you know.
Mhm.
um but let's tell the people what the movie's about. So,
All right, go ahead
because
with that.
we've
You go.
gotten like we've already taken the movie apart, we haven't really
Yeah, yeah.
introduced it. So basically, and here's what I was gonna say because you're saying there's so many moving parts. So to me, if I were to tell a person what is this movie about, I would say it is um an action movie about a stunt man who has a bad fall, wants to give up, but gets sucked back into action, very similar to a previous story. However, to me, I really think the key story was this was a love story. This was 100% the most romantic love story I've seen in a long time.
You
Like,
think you think it's a, you think it's a love story?
yes, 100%. The whole thing is the boy is standing in front of the girl. It's like they're even quoting
Well,
that.
I like the scene where they're supposed to be doing the fire thing, and you still there? All right, got you. So I remember the scene where they were supposed to do the fire, and she's got the bullhorn, and then she just keeps torturing him like again, and then she's telling him the story like, so this is the premise of the story. The boy did, the alien did this to her, and then now she's, what would he do? And he's just like, at first I'm like, what is the story? Is she trying to like shame him for what he did
Oh,
to her and
oh,
stuff like that?
100%. Yes.
And that was brilliant. That was truly brilliant. I love that. That was very romantic in the sense that she actually is trying to like get him to, she wants to forgive him, but she wants to punish him at the same time for like, what you did to me
Yeah,
for
every
those
woman
months.
will understand that move.
I guess, and I guess women would understand that, like, yeah, I like you, I love you, and I want you back, but I gotta punish you. I gotta make you, really understand what you did
Yeah,
to me, how
well,
you
you
hurt.
got to understand what hurt me. Otherwise, this is just going to repeat itself and it's not going to work out.
Yeah, yeah, and I think
But
she,
yeah, so in my head, if I'm looking at this whole story, and I rewatched the movie again this week because I wanted to be sure that I have like all my ducks in the row about the
hmm
story. And to me, really what happens, okay, so Ryan Gosling or Colt, our stunt man, has a really, really bad, but they're in love. They're in love, flirting, doing great. She's a camera person, but she's wanting to be a director, and he has really bad fall, and then he even talks about it pretty much immediately. She tried to be there for me, I couldn't have, I just had to drop off the bed.
hmm
He only goes back in under the prospect of she wants you back. Yeah, poor her, the only reason it comes, and the whole story is about them.
mm. Go ahead. I kind of lost you right there. You're like a
Did I
technical.
lose you?
Was it me?
I think it's, I don't know. One of our connections isn't great. I can't figure out which one.
Yeah, I can't figure it out too. Hold on. I think I'm still good. But anyway, go ahead, repeat what you just said. You still there?
Okay, am I here?
Yeah, you're here. I can see you. I can see.
Sorry.
No, go
Okay,
ahead.
so basically he drops off the surface of the planet because he can't handle this level of failure for him,
hmm
right? So he, even though she wants to be there for him, he pushes her away. Very
hmm
common thing that you've seen a lot in like love stories, but the only reason he goes back is under the prospect, and what we find out later being a lie, is that she wants him there. She's asking for him. And she's like, what the fuck are you doing? You're like, I don't want you. I would
She
not have
like,
approved
yeah,
this,
she's like,
But
yeah,
the fact
who's
is that
playing this joke?
he the whole time, really all he's thinking about, all he's talking about is her, and just wanting her back, and wanting, and like, I mean, it's just the whole story. And then even like the biggest action scene, like the
Mhm.
biggest action scene that was like the longest fight and everything that was going on, she was singing a love song by Phil Collins over it. Like everything was, it was always them. And like the same, the split screen, which we need to talk about, breaking the fourth wall, and that split screen, that was awesome. But again, it's always about them finding each other again and coming together again. And he keeps telling her, oh, no, no, they're good. They're going to be together again. They love each other. And she's like, I don't know.
You know what? Now that you explain it that way, I think it is a love story then. Because I was gonna say it's actually a murder mystery.
Well, and yes, exactly. Well, see, so many parts in it.
It was
So
as
many
I
parts in
said,
it.
it's also at first thing is it highlights the people behind the scenes and using the stuntman as the avatar for highlighting everybody behind the scenes. But then it's also a love story, and I think the love story is actually the primary theme of this film. But it's also a murder mystery. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
It
Because now
is.
he finds out the truth that or why he's why the producer played by Hannah
Why he's been sucked
Waddingham,
back in.
yeah, she's the producer. She actually, lied to like get him back in there. And she's like, yeah, because the main actor, he's got himself involved with some shady people and stuff like that. And he's kind of offset. So I need you to go
He
get him and get
disappears. Right.
he
I need you to
disappears,
find him.
go
And
get
so
him.
what
And
happens when he's trying to find him? Can we please talk about the unicorn? Because I haven't laughed this hard in a long time.
so the unicorn is that, he has to meet up with this drug dealer in the club and to try to find out like, yo, where's the main actor and stuff. What's the main actor's name anyway? What's his name? He's got like one of these 80s action star name.
Tom something. I can't remember now. It's
Hawks.
Aaron Taylor Johnson's character. I just like,
Yeah, I
yeah,
can't remember. It was one of these like really act. It's something you would think like an '80s actor would be named after or something like that. But anyway, he goes into
yeah.
this club to meet up with this drug dealer, and then they start feeding. They start giving him this stuff to drink, and then one of the side effects is
They
that
spike his drink.
yeah, this drink is spiked, and then so
And then
now
he's
when he
literally just asking, how
what
long until this
how
wears
long is this
off?
thing? How long? It's like when you start seeing the unicorn, and
When
immediately
you
he sees the
stop seeing
unicorn.
the unicorns, you're good. And he turns
Yeah,
around.
and he starts seeing the unicorn, and everywhere he goes, the unicorn is right beside him.
Stupid
And I'm just like,
unicorn.
this is kind of ridiculous. He's like, and he's like looking at this unicorn like, yo, why are you still here? And I guess it's
Right? So annoyed.
yeah, he's annoyed. So and
And
you know
then,
that
and
unicorn
I
is
think that was a really, really cool, like, it's just a very, okay, so they end up breaking the fourth wall because she calls him and she says,
mhm,
I have a question for you about this movie. Like, what do you think of split screens?
yeah, and they
And
have a
she's
split
walking
screen.
him
Yeah,
through, and then they do the split screen and they're
yeah, that
doing the same thing parallel, walking towards each other, but there's like obviously a closet, they're in different places,
yeah,
walking away from each other, turning the lights on at the same time in the same
mhm,
rooms and stuff. It was so, and again, they're constantly just talking about, oh, we're in different places in this relationship. This is not going to work out. And he keeps saying, no, it will. It's true love. They're going to be good. You know, you don't even have to split the screen. Like they're
exactly.
still talking about their love the
They're
whole
talking about
time.
their love, but also the movie that they're filming is also a love story that takes place in a post-apocalyptic space stuff. So now you're thinking like, well, are they talking about the
Yes,
movie or are they talking about
she's
themselves?
pretending, or she is planning the movie at the same
Yes,
time,
yeah,
but
but
she's always using that conversation
yeah,
to find more out of this, like find out more about this stuntman that she loved, and she doesn't understand why he disappeared. So
yeah,
she's
and
trying to figure this out. He's closed off, typical dude, like everything's fine, I'm not even gonna open up, right?
thumbs
And
up.
exactly.
Hmm.
But the funny part is the second she hangs up on him, she goes, oh, you know what, never mind, I have a better idea. Hangs up on him, she disappears. There's a fucking
Yeah, no, 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 no. You gotta before she disappears, she actually says, "No, this is not gonna work."
right.
Yeah, and he's saying and so you just like, wait a minute, what's she talking about? She talking about the movie, or is he talking
Or
about
us
the us? And he's like, no, no,
again.
no, we'll work.
Yes.
We're gonna work. It'll
Mm-hmm.
work. And then she like, oh, I've got a better idea. And then she just hangs up, and the screen goes, full screen again. And he's just like, okay, they've got it's brilliant, brilliant, brilliant.
Right.
It's just brilliant. I don't know
The
if that was
comedy
actually,
was on point.
I don't know
The
if that
the
was
the
actually in the script.
multiple layers of story on
Yeah,
point. And then he finds the dead guy. He
the
finds
dead
a
guy
dead guy,
in the ice tub,
doesn't want to be blamed for it, calls the producer, who
sir.
we find out has been in on it this whole time, and he
Exactly.
says, I'm going to talk to the cops.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, she like, no, 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 no cops,
We'll
no
talk to the
cops, no
cops. We'll talk
cops,
to the
no
cops.
cops, no
That's
cops.
when
But
a
come to
cop
find out,
disappears.
yeah,
And he's got to check if he's real.
yeah, he touches his face like, are you real? And the cop is like, whoa, what are you doing? He's like, I'm here. I'll just check you to see if you're here. I'm like, I am here. I am here. And
Well, he showed
then
up out of nowhere.
he
But
takes the cops back upstairs and the whole place is cleaned up. Now I didn't get that part. Like who cleaned that whole place up? The
they're
producer had
working fast because they set him up. So my understanding is that they were literally waiting for him to find that dead body,
mm-hmm,
because now he's telling someone about the dead body, but it's no longer there. So what did you do with it? You're the only one who's seen it,
seen
right?
it, yeah.
So okay, yes, so
His
we
face
find
is
out
already and his face
eventually.
is already caught by the camera outside of the room.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly. And so we are slowly finding out that he has been severely set up to be the fall
Fall
guy, the
guy,
stunt person for the main
that
actor, Aaron
actor,
Taylor Johnson, who has somehow happenstance accidentally drug induced killed someone,
killed his own stuntman,
killed
his new
his other
stuntman.
stuntman, right?
No, you know what? We forgot the scene where he actually goes to the guy's house and then he's confronted by the guy's girlfriend with a prop sword.
Oh, Teresa Palmer. And by the way, I love Teresa Palmer. She's not that popular. I'm really sad about it because I absolutely love her. She's amazing. She's an Australian actress, and I've been following her on social media for ages because she's living this like super free hippie life with 4 or 5 children, and
Mm.
she's incredible. The only thing that I can think of like from the top of my head that people would know her from is maybe Warm Bodies. Do you remember that zombie movie? She was the girl, and she basically turns the zombie with love back into human form or something like that. Very
Beauty, that's
cute,
beauty.
like
That's
kind of
Beauty and
movie.
the
They were all
Beast.
very young still, but anyway, I didn't
That's be
recognize her because she looked crazy with her hair and her like she had that alien makeup still on and stuff because she plays that alien. Yeah,
okay.
she's the girlfriend, and she like attacks the fuck out of him in that house.
That scene was magic. I love the scene. And he was trying to get a cup of coffee,
And
and
this stupid coffee, he's been trying to get a coffee
he's
since
been
he
trying to
got
get
there.
coffee for them for all day. And then he finally gets the coffee, and then this woman comes in with a sword and is trying to cut his head off. And for a few seconds, for a few moves, he saves the coffee. But then at the end of the day,
Yeah,
it
and
spills, and
then he
he's
just
like,
flips over the couch.
yeah, he's like, fuck, you know what I'm saying? That was
Yes.
very. And then at the
Mind
end of
you,
the
he's
day,
already been trying to get a coffee like 3 times since he got there.
and
Poor
you
guy.
thinking this is a real sword, like it's gonna kill somebody. By the time he was able to overpower her, he's just like, this is a prop sword. And she's just
This is
laying
not
on the
even
bed,
real.
just casually, like nothing has happened. Like, yeah, it was a prop sword. Like, I'm a great
I'm a good
actress.
actress like
I'm a
that.
good actress. Yeah, And I'm just like, really, that's a prop sword? Like, really, that all of that? And yeah. So she essentially tells him to like, yo, go to the club,
Right.
and you'll be able to find the actor there. That's when now he runs into the drug dealer, and his drink is spiked, and he starts seeing the freaking unicorn.
The
And then from
unicorns. He
there,
finds the hotel room. He
he
finds the
finds the
dead body.
hotel, the dead body, and now as things are moving in a very fast way, and then you know, but now they have to get the phone, the actor's phone, because the evidence is right in there of what really happened.
Yes.
So now let's talk about. Oh, we gotta talk about the dog, Jean-Claude.
Oh my gosh.
I
Yeah. And that was
love.
random. But actually, again, what they did is open people's eyes to these things because it was a stunt dog. It's literally a trained dog to do specific attacks very, very well
Yeah.
because in order for it to look a specific way in the movies. But his attack was in French,
Attaque!
to go for the balls.
Go for the
So
balls on
it
the
was an
ass.
amazing weapon, that dog. Amazing
That
weapon.
dog,
I need one myself.
yeah, that dog, Jean-Claude. I love the name Jean-Claude. He's like Jean-Claude, and the dog is like, let's go. And the dog is
Attaque.
almost like the dog is a human being. Like he's talking to him like a human being, like Jean-Claude, attaque! And the dog is like, I mean,
Mhm.
so that fight scene, the rope, the chase scene, and that was, that's when he's having that fight, and then Emily Blunt's character is singing that Phil Collins song at the same time
So
over
wait,
that.
we are in a situation before this. We're in a situation where he's the stunt guy. He doesn't know who he can trust. He chooses his stunt coordinator, who goes way back with,
Mhm.
and tells him about it. That's when they retrieve the phone. So they don't have the phone yet, right? Um they're being
That's
attacked.
after. No, 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 no. Remember he has that. He meets up with this girl who used to be some kind of like assistant to the
PA?
actress. Yeah,
Yeah.
PA or something like that. And she has the dog, and she also has the phone. You know what I'm saying? And she tells him like, listen,
Oh, she's got the phone. That's right.
he's got the phone at this time. So
And
this
then
guy's come.
and I noticed that, by the way. They're standing outside of that dog park.
Hmm.
I'm noticing that trash truck, and I'm like, that's such a weird scene that the garbage truck would be this close right behind them in the scene. And lo and behold, it's the guys. They,
There's security for
shock
the
him and
actor.
take him, but he's good at taking a hit. So he doesn't even actually feel the shock. It
He
looks like
doesn't
he
feel
just
it. He
walks away
doesn't
with
feel it.
it.
Yeah. She
With the
she she
dog,
she's
he brings
yeah,
the
she's
ball
knocked out.
buster.
She's knocked out, carried into the truck, the trailer truck, and they're driving off, and they're trying to ask her for the phone. And then he's just like, Jean-Claude, let's go. And they run after the truck. They get into a car, and the
Most
attack is a
epic
huge, it's a
scene
beautiful fight
ever.
scene, well coordinated fight scene. They're
Right.
able to retrieve the phone.
He
even though he
is
gets beat.
supposed to be at the karaoke with his girl right now. And
Yeah.
he actually, you can tell, has not stopped thinking about it because the second he's done with this fight, he runs into that karaoke bar, but you know, um, so
And then it's too
amazing
late.
scene where they are fighting. He's trying to survive. He's using the dog. He's trying to help the girl who also has a powerful scene where she gets, behind the wheel. She gets the guy from behind the wheel finally out of the car. This
Hmm.
whole time, she's singing karaoke. She has been told by the other
Producer.
producer, by the one that like made all of this a thing, that he's left. He's left. He's no longer there. He just, he's a terrible person. He left. So she's heartbroken. Heartbroken. She sings a Phil Collins song that I freaking grew up with, like most romantic stuff ever. And fighting where she is in the bar singing, and you can see
Mm.
him right at garbage truck.
Yeah, I love the song. I didn't know it was Phil Collins until you said it, and I was just like, oh, because I was like, I've heard this song so many times, I just don't know who it is, but it's so beautiful, and it really fit it. It almost like it fit the scene, the fight scene, but at the same time, it's
Right?
not supposed to be there.
It's so
It's not supposed to
oddly,
be sung for
yeah.
that kind of scene, but it. And what was the song again? It was like you left or something like that, but he's actually trying to make it to you. You know what I'm saying? He's just getting held
Mm-hmm.
up by these bad guys and stuff like that. So it was a beautiful. I loved it. I loved the choice of the song. It was very beautiful, and I think it encapsulate how she's feeling at this moment. Like, oh God, you betraying me again. Like, I was, we were getting back together. I was beginning to forgive you,
Yeah.
and then
I was starting to trust you again.
now you've disappointed me.
How could you
But
just walk away?
yeah, but lo and behold, it's not true. He does make
He's
it to the
like right
character.
out there, out the window,
Exactly.
riding the
He's just close
garbage.
by. He's actually close by, but she doesn't see him. I'm thinking she's gonna see him like, oh my God, he's out there, but she never sees him. But he makes it back to the karaoke with Jean-Claude
And
and
meets
the
that's
dog,
when he meets his stunt
his stunt
coordinator.
coordinator, and then they decide to like, okay, we got to get into this phone because we don't know the passcode. But the actor has all these like paper, this all the
Memento level post-its all over his
post-its
apartment,
all
so
over his house
they
to
go
just
back there
remember
to try to
things and
find
all that
it.
kind of stuff. So they figure like, okay, he's probably gonna have his passcode, on those post-its. So they go home and they find the passcode, and then that's when they realize that, oh, the actor actually killed
Killed that
his own
stunt
stuntman
guy,
because they
right?
were all drunk and drugged up. Now he didn't mean to kill him, but shit happens. You need to answer for that. It was an accident. But
And he's
now,
not gonna answer for that because he's a
he's
Hollywood
well, yeah,
star,
yeah, he's a
while the
star. He's not gonna
stuntman is
answer
just
for
a
that.
stuntman.
So they're gonna frame the stuntman
Mm-hmm.
because he's a stuntman. We can always find another stuntman. You know what I'm saying? This guy's the A-list actor. We can't lose him. He's the money. You know what I'm saying? You're a stuntman.
Talking
You
about
take
can't lose him. We're gonna talk about that at the
Yeah, we can't lose him. So you're gonna have to take the fall as the fall guy. So
so they find out the minute they find out basically they're being attacked again
exactly. And then
in
they
that
use their
apartment.
stunt training skills to fight off these guys, which is why I said they don't their stunt training is actually their superpower. So I don't know, they know how to they're using like a prop gun to, to fight them off. Like these guys have real guns, but you're using a prop gun to fight them off. That
Yeah,
was very
but they're
funny. That
trained,
was that
man.
was
They're
very funny.
trained.
That was very funny.
Yeah.
So after that, they were able to escape and get what happened after this?
No, they got him though. So
Oh yeah,
Mike,
yeah, yeah.
the stunt coordinator, gets away.
Mm-hmm.
Um Ryan Gosling's character, Colt, is tied up out on the shore. Um and they are having that's when the bad evil guy gets his moment to have his speech. Aaron
Oh,
Taylor Johnson finally comes in, which so far we've seen him on all the big billboards, all the posters, all the
yeah,
commercials. He's
yeah.
like the most popular guy in the world, but he wasn't actually in the movie yet. He finally shows up. He explains the situation. He
Mm-hmm.
admits that his original fall, the stunt
Was caused
guy's
by
original
him.
fall, was not an accident.
Then I
He
did it.
seems to be have a problem with his stunt guys stealing his show, stealing his thunder.
Hmm.
Um, so not the first time he's tried to kill a
That's very,
stuntman.
very cruel, by the way. Jesus, do something like that.
So they are basically trying to get the phone off of him and then are planning on killing him, making it a murder suicide, staging it in a deep fake situation into murder suicide. Meanwhile, of course, the phone is no longer existent,
Yeah, they during the shootout with the bad guys in the house, they destroy the phone.
which
So now
was
they're
the only thing that kept Ryan Gosling alive so far.
alive, or keep him in to prove that he's innocent. So now they have to concoct. How does he escape? Anyway, I forgot how he escapes.
So they're pouring gas all over him
Oh,
and he starts crying for help. So they pour it in his mouth. And when the guy's standing in front of him, he just
with
spits the
spits
gas,
it and
blows it all over.
blows off, and then he
And
runs
that
off.
was epic.
That
That
was
was
epic.
just
Yeah, yeah.
almost as good as that gas station scene from the previous movie.
Yeah, because I was wondering like how's he going to escape from this scene, but then he just, you
Right.
know,
It looked hopeless.
yeah, it
It
really
was
did.
also
And
a
I was like,
moment where I have to say actively appreciate Ryan Gosling's acting skills because he's not often put in situations where he has to where it's focused on his emotion, if that makes sense, and emotional changes. But
mhm,
you could see him look a little helpless at first when they started pouring that gasoline, then calling for help. Then you can even see him kind of plotting. Like it's all happening. It's all
mhm,
happening just like right here. That was
mhm,
amazing for me to see because again, really, it's like not every actor that's like really, really popular out there for being, I mean, like a romance like love interest guy because that's what he's basically become really popular because of Notebook,
mhm.
and he's just like the love guy, like it's not necessarily like the but he has a lot of acting skills, like that's
So in
amazing.
other words, you're saying like he showed some range in that scene.
Yes, exactly,
I agree.
exactly.
I agree. Because he
um
sold it to me because I'm like, okay, how's he gonna escape? This looks hopeless. Like situation
exactly.
he's in. It looks like he's done. Like they're gonna burn this guy or something like
And
that. But
so he is trying to get away. He gets on a motorboat. He's about to explode. He's about to possibly burn down or drown. What does he do? He calls the love of his life. I'm telling you, it's a love story.
it is a love story. I
Just to
agree. I
tell her he's loved her all along. He
hmm
explains why he left. He explains why he shut her out. He explains everything. He says something that he says that was really epic. You can use it in your movie. Okay, bye.
Yeah, yeah.
Like so
And things
romantic.
yeah, things like that come out of nowhere because I'm like I could just be having a conversation with somebody and somebody will say a great line. I'm like, whoa, whoa, that's a good line. I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna
Yes,
use that in
you
my
gotta
film.
write it down.
That's a good line. So sometimes great lines or great plot twists, they just come out of thin air sometimes, and you just have to
Mhm.
be ready. You have to be ready. You have to be in the moment and you gotta get it. So I like the fact that when they actually figured out like, okay, this how do we clear your name? And then they come up with a plan to
So
like,
she thinks he's dead, right?
yes,
He's on the phone, he disappears, explosion on TV. The producer calls her, your guy's dead. Next morning, she's back at work. An
mhm,
alien attacks her,
yes.
and she's not going
In her
down without a fight, dude.
in
She
her
beat
yo,
the
she yeah,
crap
because
out of him before she found out it was him.
I'm like, first of all, she whooped the shit out of the guy, the alien.
Yes, this
Whooped
little
the
girl
shit
with a
out of him.
pencil.
And I'm like, wait a minute now. She's not a stunt girl. Where did she get this skill from? But I guess when you're on movie sets a lot and you see a lot of stunt shit, you pick up some,
Girl in the industry, dude. We need to know how to defend
yeah.
ourselves.
So well, I guess when you're on a movie set, you got to know how to protect yourself because, there's so many people there. You just don't know who is who. And then that's how she finds out that he's still alive. And then he tells us the story that, okay, I'm being framed and the producer is part of it. And she's like, what? So now we got to figure out a way to, to
We got to figure out a way
to
to
clear your
get
name,
we
to
the
clear your
only
name.
way is for him to admit his guilt. That was the only
Exactly.
way. because
And
all the
that
proof was on that phone and it's
was on the
gone.
phone. And so what they did, what they planned, it was a brilliant plan, is that they made the actor do his own stunt.
They tricked him into
They
doing
tricked
his
him
own
into
stunt.
doing his own stunt.
And
You
he's
know,
so fucking scared.
but his manhood is called into question. His manhood is called into question, and and so he decides to do it, but it doesn't turn out the way he thought it was going to turn out because now he is being forced into a situation where he has to confess that he did it. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? And
But he doesn't know
eventually,
up until the end. He's just confessing it to Ryan Gosling's character, who he's already told the
mhm,
whole story. And he's even trying to then, because they have it all on recording, he's literally trying to call it entrapment, but he's wearing the
but he's like,
microphone
yo,
himself.
you're wearing the microphone, so it's not entrapment, so you just confessed to your own stuff.
Yep. And that's how it
Yeah.
works. The last movie that I was shooting, we had and it's funny because the director is actually originally an audio engineer, so the audio is probably very, very good in that short film. But we wore
hmm
like little wires too. Like we had the little mics hidden away in addition to the
hmm
boom. So yes, they do that. And he did wear one of
Yeah,
those.
it was. So my thing was when they finally decided that the producer decides like, oh, when she realizes like this is what's going on, and now she's trying to make an escape.
I can't
And
believe they were still trying to run
hey, listen, they had the recording, so
the
they could still,
recording. Yeah.
yeah, they could still make an escape for it. But then the fall guy with his stunt skills, he gets on the helicopter like he's some kind of Navy
That
SEAL.
helicopter fight went on forever though. Like they kept falling out and dropping the thing and falling out and dropping the thing and goes around the
I
helicopter.
was
Like
like, what in the world is going on with this helicopter flight? Like it was the most ridiculous. It was crazy. It really was crazy.
yeah,
I'm
well, but
like,
they had to milk that stunt cow in this
mm,
movie. I think this was good. Like
yeah,
that was, but yeah, that was a long action scene.
it really was. It was really a long action scene, but it worked well. It really did. They finally got the recording. Um,
He just
I
like drops out of that plane, the
yeah, he
helicopter.
was just
I was
like,
like, that was so badass.
and then he just dropped into on the. It was cool. I like it. The
So again,
movie gave.
the whole movie stunt team was working so fast to save his ass, blowing up that thing, moving it in the right position so he can drop out of that helicopter. It
Yeah.
showed like how incredible and what an incredible teamwork such a movie set is entails and how important that is. That everybody
And this
works
is
together, everybody knows their job, everybody knows their place, and otherwise this wouldn't happen so fast.
one thing about this movie that I also like. It has an 80s feel to it. Did you
Yeah.
get that? With first of all, he had the Miami Vice jacket. That was so cool.
Oh my
I actually
gosh,
want
I
that jacket.
know.
I want the
I want
jacket.
that jacket.
I want the jacket. If somebody can find me that Miami Vice jacket,
It's somewhere in Sydney in the river.
I'm gonna get. I need a replica, so I'm gonna get one. That jacket was so clean, was so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had a lot of 80s feel to it. Even the scene in the beginning when
The
he was still
music too.
the music,
Most of the
exactly. The music,
soundtrack.
yeah, great. The soundtrack was just brilliant. But this is another cool thing that he had in the beginning when he was parking. The hat, the hair, the glasses, the jacket that he had on, and he just sitting there. I don't know, was sucking on a lollipop or something like that.
I was eating
That was
tacos.
yeah, eating the tacos, yeah. And it was such an 80s look. It
Well,
it
he generally he had whenever he was like the like resignated, I'm just like valet parking now, I'm never a stuntman again, failure of a person. He
mhm,
had the long hair. It almost looked like he was about to grow a belly. It was like it was like a mixture of the dude,
mhm.
Lebowski, the Big
Oh
Lebowski, the dude, or
yeah.
a little bit of the I give up Thor, the really fat Thor.
No, I honestly, but even in that look, he still looked very cool though. I still like the
Yes.
look. I like the look. He looked cool.
I
So
know. Definitely
I
cooler than when he looked as Ken.
So what is your biggest take with this film? Like what is the biggest take?
So honestly, because I rewatched it this week and I remember liking it. So I was like, you know what? I'll tell Bola we'll do this movie because I remember liking it. I rewatched it again and it by far is one of my favorite movies right now. It really is. Like I want to
Really?
give it a 10.
You want to give it a
But I'm already
10?
so scared of a 10 because I feel
No, we
like a
can't.
10 is like it can't get any better. Like,
No, you can't give it a 10.
nine and
I
a half
okay.
then.
Okay, so my it was funny. It had moments where it was just so funny, like, oh my God, that was so freaking funny. I agree. I finally agree with you. It's a love story. At first, I was gonna say it was a murder mystery, but it's actually a love story. And I didn't connect all the dots that you connected. I'm like, you know what? It actually is a love story. But my biggest takeaway is the fact that there's it's there's just so much going on behind the scenes on a
Mhm.
film set that the vast majority of people do not know and will never know. And this movie, using the stuntman as the avatar of everybody else behind the scenes, highlights that.
Yeah.
And I think that's
Also, can we please talk about one really big thing? And
what
that is, after we've spoken about it, you can, in fact, replace the main star. And
so
they
they
did
did.
that so fucking badass at the
That
very
was
end.
badass when they had Jason Momoa at the end do the same thing.
Uncredited, by the way. He's like a cameo, basically.
Yeah, because I'm looking like, is that Jason Momoa? Because I thought they were gonna give it to the Fall Guy to play the starring role. No, no, they got
No,
Jason
he's just
Momoa.
a stuntman. He doesn't want to, but the stunts were all done. All they needed was the face.
But you know, some stunt guys do eventually become actors,
Yeah.
though. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I thought they were
Well,
gonna do that
no,
with him.
Jason Momoa, I think that was just a really, really cool joke because obviously he looks nothing like them. Like they should have
No,
found someone who's similar. Like obviously he looks nothing like the character that's now arrested for murder,
yeah,
and they can obviously not continue the movie franchise with a killer. So they're replacing just the scenes with the face and the dialogue
yeah,
with Jason Momoa, and
Jason
the
Momoa.
stunts
Yeah,
are still the same guy. But also Jason Momoa can do no wrong. He just shows up and he's cool. Like it's just like
he did make it cool. It was cool when he did that speech on the top of the car, and then he did like.
badass.
I was like, okay, that was cool. That was cool. So Jason Momoa, that was a good replacement that they got. But to me, I like I said, the highlight for me was just the fact that they, were able to give props to everyone behind the scenes just to show everyone that listen,
Yeah.
you see this movies, there's a lot of moving parts behind the scene, especially an
And a
action
lot of these
film.
people only get like one BTS photo and that's it. Like, I'm not saying a lot of these people that are behind the scenes really love what they're doing and they are not necessarily wanting to be like in front of the camera. Like, a lot of people don't. Like, I always thought that was weird because I was always the actor, but and they love what they're doing and they're good at what they're doing and they're great at what they're doing if this movie makes it this far, right?
Hmm.
But it's true, like they don't get this like from the average guy who's just
Hmm.
out in the movie theater watching the movie because it came out because Ken from Barbie is in it. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like they get like zero acknowledgement. People don't think about them. People don't know that they were there. They don't consider how many takes it took for each scene. They don't consider how many people were standing right behind these people, whispering lines in their ears, fixing their hair, uh, you know,
And
throwing
like,
dirt at them so
yeah,
they look
and like
legit,
you
whatever it
said,
is.
sorry to cut you off, but like you said earlier, like, if this, they put too much planning into the stunt, and if the stunt doesn't go well, they got to start all over again.
Mm-hmm.
That takes a lot of hours for them to put all that together.
Oh,
And so
yeah.
that's why whenever the credits roll, nowadays I let the credits roll. I don't just turn it off. I let
Mm-hmm.
it roll because at the very least, this is I may not catch all their names, but the fact that you just let the credits roll, it's a way to just
You
acknowledge and
give them
respect,
that, you
their
give them that
respect.
much time at least.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that much time and their respect.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you
Exactly.
guys matter too. You guys did a great job putting this
Absolutely.
together. And it's kind of like a sports team. You see the athletes when they win the championship at the end of the season, but there's a whole lot of people behind the scenes
Mm-hmm.
that, there's the nutritionists, they're the doctors, the agents, the managers,
The
the
chiropractors.
chiropractor. There's the security. There's the publicist.
Mm.
There's the person who actually prints out the team, roster and all that kind of stuff. There's
Yeah,
the guy who does the logistics, like, okay, what hotels are we gonna stay in? There's so many people that's involved. There's somebody on the team that handles your girlfriend when you're fighting, when your girlfriend is being drama. There's somebody on the
right.
team that handles all of that. You know what I'm saying? There's somebody that handles your house. Like,
Yeah,
okay, maybe they during the season they bring in a new player during the season, so now they got to move all your stuff to the new place. Somebody's gonna have to find you a place to stay. So it's just like that in a movie set, and those people will never have their day in front of the camera, and that's the same thing too with movie
yeah,
on the movie set too. They will probably never get their time on their faces in front of the camera. And I think this movie did them a justice to say like, hey,
yes.
don't forget about the people behind the
Don't
scene.
forget about these people. And I mean, especially, I know the whole team and the whole everyone is such an important, vital part for this entire movie to come together. Post production, can you imagine editors? They're just sitting there for hours, meticulously selecting milliseconds of like the good like scenes.
Yeah, even the special
But
effects too.
stunt guys,
Mhm.
what people also often forget is these people really do get hurt. I don't know, like for example, there was in one of the Harry Potter movies, I believe one of those kids is like permanently paralyzed or something, who was like a
Oh,
Harry
for real?
Potter stunt. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. But
So like
also,
that's like a no joke type of job, you know?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. And also, then you got to think of like the actors who actually do their stunts, like Tom Cruise.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? He does his stunts. Now, how
Jackie
much of his
Chan.
stunt? Jackie Chan, now Jackie Chan does a lot of his own stunts. Now, Tom Cruise, how much of his stunts does he do? You know what I'm saying? Because he's a big time actor and the insurance around him is pretty high. So are they gonna let
Mhm.
him do all of it, or
That's true.
you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Or there's just some that he does. And so you have to also look at all these actors too who want to do their own stunts. Like, you as a director, do you feel comfortable with them doing it? But like, nah, we got somebody to do that. No, you're not doing that. You can do
We're
that in
gonna
somebody else's
have a
movie.
professional do that who
Yeah.
knows how
You
to
can do that in
fall.
somebody else's film, but don't do
Because
that in my film. No.
in the very last scene that makes it really, really clear too, when the car goes flying and they're both in the car. And when they land, they show that I thought I paid attention to it. They even show that
Mm,
like the Ryan Gosling stunt man knows how to fall. He falls, he lets loose, he doesn't get hurt. The
mm.
other guy's like, and then he gets whiplash. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
they know how
yeah.
to fall. It really is like there's the art to that.
There's an art to it. Yes.
Relax your body, all that stuff. He has the mouth guard. Because why do you have a mouth guard? Why do I don't have one? I don't.
Yeah, I don't have one. You'd be like, well, sorry, you're asked out. But yeah, so my only thing is this though: is there somewhere? Is there's got to be like a training school that you have to go to be a stuntman, a stuntwoman?
Yes,
There is. Okay.
yes. There's schools for that. I tried to attend like a stunt school when I was still living in Germany when I was like I want to say I was high school. It was very expensive and my parents were not as supportive as I had hoped of my acting career at the time. So
I
but yeah,
wouldn't
there's
pay.
like gyms and like you do like ninja training first and then you do like all this like yeah, you learn how to
Really,
fall. Hmm.
I would like to. You know what? Somebody should make uh a prequel movie, The Fall Guy Part Two, of how he became the Fall Guy, like him going to this training school. And I swear to God, it'll be good if they can write like and obviously you got to use Ryan Gosling, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, to play it. I
Younger
don't know if
Ryan Gosling.
yeah, I don't know if Emily Blunt will be in the prequel, but maybe there's another girlfriend or something before that, you know what I'm saying? Or
Right.
maybe she was there from the beginning.
No, I mean, I think it looked like they set it up to where they met on that set and then
The
he
first in the
fell and
beginning,
then that was it.
the first
Yeah.
one. Well, yeah. But anyway, I would want to see them do a movie about the stunt guy becoming the stunt,
A
like
stunt guy becoming a stunt guy. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, going to the school, and what was the idea that
What
went into
makes you want to fall
fall,
and get
get hit
hurt
by a
all the
car
time?
for a living. Like I
Right.
don't that doesn't sound fun. That doesn't sound fun.
Get
So
set
to
on
me,
fire for a living.
yeah, get set on fire for living. Like, no, I don't know how much money you're paying me. But anyway, I would give this movie an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
I think it was very funny. It had some funny moments. The action scenes were very brilliant. The music, the retro, the way they, made it such an 80s, gave it an 80s feel
Yeah.
to it, worked well. Um, and it almost was like they weren't taking themselves very seriously.
Yes.
They
I
didn't
know. I
take,
love that about
yeah, they
movies,
didn't take
especially when it's
themselves.
like
Yeah, it was like you can see how silly it was, and they were not pretending to take it seriously.
I
Like,
mean,
no,
think Deadpool. That's what I'm saying. When I looked up the director, I was like, okay, it makes sense.
okay, so I've never seen Deadpool, but I've seen like the trailer of the making of Deadpool, so I can see the same thing too. Like, okay, you don't take this seriously.
It's a lot
It's
more
silly.
vulgar than this one. So
Yeah,
except but it's like
I
the
heard.
whole like self irony at all times and the whole like that's very very strong with these movies.
Yeah.
Not
So
taking yourself too seriously. That's true.
yeah, so it didn't take itself seriously, but it worked. It really worked. It was
It
a
was
great
great.
movie. I think if you're watching this, you need to go watch The Fall Guy. It's on Amazon Prime. So if you have Amazon
Absolutely.
Prime, you can go watch it. And yeah, so we will see you guys, and that's it for tonight. We will see you guys next time. If you haven't seen the first episode, we were talking about Back in Action, so you go check out the first episode. And please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave comments. Please let us know what you think.
Yes, suggest a
Uh,
movie. What are we talking
yeah, and
about next?
suggest a movie for us to watch. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna suggest one. She already knows what I'm gonna say. We're gonna do next.
Yep.
It's Gladiator 2.
Okay, that's what we're talking about next. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard things.
Yeah.
We'll talk about
So
it.
yeah, let's do Gladiator 2, and we will
Okay.
see you guys next time. Again, don't forget, subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave comments,
Yes, please
and
like, share, comment.
share too. Yeah. And we will see you guys. And sorry, for the internet glitch here and there and stuff like that. We just
Yeah, I
starting,
think I
okay?
have bad service tonight. I'll
Yeah.
have to figure it out.
We just starting, okay? We're gonna get everything good. Don't worry. Just wait, just
Yeah.
watch. Marty and Bull are gonna get this all good. All right, until next time. See you guys next time,
Bye.
okay? Bye bye.